What's going on, guys? BriarRabbit here. Today, I am very excited because I finally got my hands on the Turtle Beach Ear Force X04 Xbox One high-performance gaming headset. So I have been waiting for this day to come for a very long time, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I also got the X07, so here's what you can look forward to. Today we'll be doing an unboxing and a full review on the X04. Very shortly we'll be doing the same for the X07, and then shortly after that I'll be doing a comparison between the X04 and the X07 to see if the extra money for the X07 is really worth it. So let's get started with the unboxing on the X04. I'm actually really looking forward to this. I have been looking forward to getting some good chat audio out of the Xbox One basically since the thing came out. So let's unbox this sucker and see what's inside. I hope that there is a Xbox One audio adapter in here. Oh, we got some more tape here. A lot of people use these fancy knives for these unboxings. Not me, though. I pretty much keep it standard with a Swiss Army knife. I find that what is in my pocket is the best solution almost all the time. All right, so requires Xbox One console software update, which we just got. Here is the Xbox One audio adapter. Now, it's Turtle Beach branded, so what I'm wondering is this the Microsoft product or is this something different? It looks from the outside of the box to be an Xbox One audio adapter. All right, we got some paperwork here. Let's see what's inside. Attention! Do not return this product to the store. Turtle Beach can help. Quick start guide, how to hook it up probably, and a sticker, and that's about it. So this looks like our microphone. Turtle Beach is fairly well known for their high quality microphones, so hopefully we don't find anything to be different this time around. This is firm but flexible. This is a different style of packaging than what we've seen from Turtle Beach in the past. Here we go. Here is the headset itself. As you can see, it will fold flat for mobility or for hanging out on your head or around your neck. It is adjustable. Let's get rid of this box here. All right. So, initial impressions of just the quality. I gotta say, I think this is my favorite Turtle Beach I've seen yet. It's lightweight, but it feels like it's solidly built. It's high quality. It doesn't seem as garish as Turtle Beach headsets in the past. It's not exactly subtle, but it doesn't seem ugly to me. I like that there's just this one piece of stitching here instead of that crisscross pattern they've had in the past. There's plenty of padding up there. That seems like it'll do fine. The ear cups, this isn't memory foam, but it feels pretty soft, not super soft, and those ear cups don't look super big. Hopefully everybody's ears will fit inside of those. There's no controls on the headset itself, and it looks like what we're gonna do is just plug this thing into the Xbox One audio adapter. So let's take a look at this guy, because this has been the subject of many of my hopes and dreams lately. All right, so controller update required, see printed instructions. All right, so this guy, let's get a controller over here. This guy just plugs right into the bottom of the controller. I believe that the headset will plug directly into that, and we'll get our voice, our chat audio, and our game sound directly from this. Now, on the box itself, it did say that we have 50 millimeter speakers. It does a game and chat volume mix. I think that is probably done with this guy here. And it does support mobile gaming. Probably what you do is just plug this guy directly into your iPhone or Android device, and you're good to go from there. Let's plug the microphone in. Let's see here. This guy goes right into here. Whoops. Does it screw in? Oh, okay. It's got like a little tabbed. There we go. And then you turn it in there. There we go. As you can see, it's a pretty standard headset. There is an awful lot of competition coming for gaming headsets in the future. I know that Audio-Technica is getting into the business. Sennheiser's getting into the business. Astro has been dormant for a long time. They've often been considered kind of the top of the heap, but their products haven't been updated in quite a while. Many people will tell you that Turtle Beach has the best microphone quality of any of the gaming headsets, and I think that's probably true. So we'll have to see. I will test these guys out, and I'll be back with a full review. Alright guys, I am back, and I'm ready to share my review of the X04 gaming headset. So let me start off by talking about the comfort level of this headset. I think that comfort level is the most important thing when buying a new headset. If it's not comfortable, you're not going to want to use it, and it's basically worthless. So at first, when I put it on, I thought it was going to be a very uncomfortable headset. I got a couple of hot spots right behind my ear because there was so much clamping force. There was so much pressure kind of squeezing my head that it actually was hurting behind my ears because there was so much force exerted on that area. However, I stretched them out a little bit, and after a little bit of use, I found actually they're not too uncomfortable at all. They're not the most comfortable headsets I've ever used. However, they're not bad at all. The cloth ear cups I found very comfortable. They're soft. It's not a memory foam. It's kind of a relatively hard foam, but I felt like it was comfortable. It made a good seal around my ears, and it wasn't too bad at all. I kind of prefer the cloth actually over leatherette. I'm kind of even on leather or cloth because the cloth, if you're sweating at all, if it's warm in that room, it's not going to hold that moisture into your ear. So I don't mind cloth at all. There's plenty of padding up at the top of the headset, so I never felt like there was too much pressure on the top of my head. And the microphone is very adjustable, so I didn't have to worry about it being too close or too far away. Overall, I felt like the comfort level was fine. Next, I want to talk about sound quality. So I use this headphone or headset in a number of different ways. I listened to some music on my computer and my iPhone. I used it playing some video games, both Thief and Call of Duty Ghosts, and I thought the sound quality was good. For a $100 headphone, I thought it was exactly what you would expect. I wasn't blown away by the sound quality, but I also wasn't upset by it. I thought the sound quality was pretty good. It has a couple of 50mm drivers in it. There was plenty of bass there. On the Xbox One, because of the setup, it wasn't as loud as I would have liked to see it. If you're really into like loud booming explosions, you might be a little disappointed, but that's not really the headset's fault. That's because the Xbox One controller actually has to power the headset. So that's something to keep in mind, but it's not the headset's fault at all. I also want to talk about the Xbox One headset adapter. This is my first experience with it, and I gotta say, I'm actually pretty impressed with it because what this thing allows you to do is basically make a wireless headset out of any headset. So by wireless, I mean that you don't have to have a wire connected to the console itself. You do have to have a wire connected to the controller, but it's just one wire. It plugs into the bottom of the controller and you're good to go. All your controls for volume, for muting your microphone are right here. And then you put your headset on, and the only wire you have is going to your controller, which is great. It's exactly the same setup that I have with my Astro A50s on the Xbox 360, and I find it to be a very good setup. It's not, you don't have a lot of wires running across your living room or all over your desk. It's a very convenient setup, and my experience with this Xbox One headset adapter is pretty positive to start off with. So the sound quality is good. The comfort level is good. The hookups work fine. I hooked this thing up to a iPhone. I was able to record some voice. I'll put that at the end of the video. So if you want to hear the mic quality, you'll hear that at the end of the video. But the mic quality was fine. Again, nothing about this headset blew me away, but also nothing upset me. And my biggest gripe about the headset is actually the length of this cable. It's a little bit short. It's perfect for when it's hooked up to the controller and the controller's kind of in your lap and you're playing games. It's the perfect length for that, but it's a little bit short if you want to make voice calls or listen to music on your phone and throw the phone in your pocket. It's a little bit short. It starts tugging every once in a while. That is not a very big gripe though. For $100, I'm pretty impressed with this headset. You know, it does exactly what I want it to do. It doesn't blow me away with any of its features, but it also doesn't make me upset with anything. Also, While this is an Xbox One branded headset, and I wouldn't buy this for any other console, I would only buy this if you have an Xbox One because of the fact that it includes the Xbox One headset adapter, and that is part of the cost on this headset. But if you also have a PlayStation 4, it does work with the PlayStation 4 controller. I did test it out. I played a little Call of Duty on it. It sounded fine, and it worked flawlessly. I also used it on my computer. Again, no problems there. If you use it for voice on your computer, you might have to get a splitter because this does carry your microphone and your stereo sound on one jack. You might have to split that off for your computer depending on your setup. It also worked for voice calls on my iPhone. Really, it worked for just about everything I tried to do with it. And for $100, you can't beat that. So again, last time I'm going to say this, I wasn't blown away by any of the features or any of the sound qualities or the comfort level, but I also wasn't upset with anything. So for $100, I think this is a pretty good value. So if you're in the market for an Xbox One compatible headset and you want to have chat, this is really one of your few limited options. I will be reviewing the X07 very soon, so look forward to that. I'll also be sharing with you guys what I think about the differences between the X04 and the X07, and is it worth the extra $60 for the X07? I'm not sure about that yet. I've had very limited time with the X07, so I'll share that as soon as I know about it. But for $100, the X04 is a good value. It sounds good. It's comfortable. It does everything you need it to do. It's a headset. It's a stereo headset for gaming. There you go. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. All right, this is our sound check for the Turtle Beach X04. Checking the volume as well as the levels.